you give it to Tom Connolly, who's my director of development. That's, I don't know, he's kind of simple to me. But apparently that thought process hadn't really, or that whole process of how to delegate responsibility just didn't really happen. And so I'm not sure if any of you have staff members underneath you where you experience these kinds of things, where another thing that you would feel that if you tried to delegate a task, and it would just honestly just be much easier and faster if you did it yourself. Because you're just like, I spent time, does it possibly take that long to do whatever it is I gave you? Like, how could it possibly take that long? So you feel that when you explain the task, you give it to the person, they do the task, they send it back to you, and you're like, okay, which part is me explaining the task and not quite moving over, because it didn't come back anyway, you know, what I felt at work for me. And then another thing that I found, which was a symptom of the mommy problem, was that I consistently had to step in to solve any kind of issue, whether it be customer service issues, personality conflicts, just anything, that I always had to come in and resolve the situation. And I guess I likened it to the mommy problem because I have 2 young children. I have a 3-year-old and a 5-year-old. And my 3-year-old and 5-year-old actually get along better than my staff sometimes. So I'm like, okay, well, if I can get my 3-year-old and my 5-year-old to run pretty reasonably, then I should be able to manage, you know, anywhere from a 20-year-old to a 35-year-old, you would think. But I talked to a lot of different people, and I wanted to find out what the cause of this was. And I found it was really me. And that is really kind of hard to kind of recognize and then also figure out how can I change that. So what do I mean by it was me? Well, honestly, when I found that it was easier for me to do something and I took the task back, that was a mistake. Because by taking the task back, I wasn't giving them ownership. Another thing that I did in order to make sure that I let my staff kind of take more control was, and it sounds very basic, but I took some leadership courses. I had a communication profile, that was myself, and if the communication profile is done correctly and you answer the questions honestly, what you get back is accurate, painful, and enlightening. So when I am stressed out, I come across as abrupt and insensitive. But it's good for me to know that, because if you're stressed out in business, which happens a lot when you're you know, the one in charge of everything, you would like to think that you're not coming across